Let me begin by introducing Stan Winston, a name which is legendary in this profession. He is, of course, the founder and head of Stan Winston Studios, and Soft Image, which many of you have seen in amazing displays on the exhibit floor, is a branch of his studios. Stan builds many amazing robots. They may not be as autonomous as the ones that I like to build, but they've paved the way toward many of the other things that we'll see today. So, Stan?
Thank you. Is this on? Am I? Yes, I am. For those of you who are not aware of the use of robotics that I've used in the motion picture industry for more years than I want to talk about right now, I'll quickly show you a clip of the robots that we have created to entertain you and to act, but unfortunately by themselves don't have brains, and that's what we're getting into now. So if you could run that quickly, we'll get a kind of glimpse of robotic history in film. Our robots are actors. We've been using animatronic and robotic technology for quite a few years now to create actors. And of course now with the advent of CG technology, there's always the question, is that the end of animatronic and robotic technology? No, I embrace CG technology, but all of us, everyone out here, is looking for the future and what we are going to see further forward with robotic and animatronic characters in entertainment and in the world around us. At the end of the movie AI, I was approached by Cynthia Breazeal, who you are going to be listening to right after me. We can start that tape of Leonardo. Cynthia came to me and she said, "You know what we are lacking at MIT in the artificial intelligence arena is what she had seen that we had created most readily in Teddy for AI, a character that looked and acted organically, that you felt that a human being would relate to, and asked if I would consider collaborating with MIT, sharing technology, and giving MIT the access through our technology, our robotic technology, which over the years has allowed us to create the most organic acting robots, the most organic looking robots, although not autonomous in any way, shape, or form, but with the most points of motion that allow robots to interact. Teddy, for instance, had 50 points of freedom of motion, which is unheard of in robotics, but that's what allowed us to believe that this character could, in fact, emote in a way that a human being would react to. And so Cynthia asked me if I would consider this collaboration, and that, in fact, MIT would share their AI technology with me and Stan Winston Studio, and I would share our robotic technology with MIT. Kind of a no-brainer. I said, yeah, I'd like to do that. It would be pretty awesome to actually consider creating a real AI. The thing that we've been imagining for so many years, that in movies was only something that you would think of as an imagination, a character that looked organic, that acted real, and in fact was autonomous and could think and could see and could hear, things that our characters cannot do because our characters are always performed by operators, by puppeteers, to give and create a character that had its own autonomous mind and that was geared to being able to relate to a child. Because the thought being, at the beginning of actual learning of artificial intelligence and interactivity with human beings, that something that was child-friendly would in fact be a character that we would create that would allow this interactivity for the human being to talk to the robot to react to the human being and have a chance to learn. The learning curve being that which is based on looks real, acts real, then I'll probably have a tendency to spend more time with this artificial character. As a child, actually, I must say that as Leonardo comes alive and learns, I'm the child that wants to spend a lot of time talking and watching him learn. The cycle has begun with this particular robot. He has 66 points of motion. The most advanced robotic character we have ever created, and now with the collaboration and my sponsorship at MIT, this character will become autonomous. What good is that for Stan Winston, Stan Winston Studio, and the entertainment world? Well, first of all, if it were no good at all, I'd do it anyway because it's just the coolest thing I could possibly imagine. I mean, what other reason? Why are you investing all that time and money? Well, hello, we're doing it. But there is something beyond that. Because after you're led by your heart, you have to think practically and go, how can this help us in what we do, which is creating characters that can act and interact with people? My argument for maintaining animatronics and robotics in the entertainment industry is that we are creating actors that can act with other actors, with human actors. I started out as an actor. Any actor will tell you that 50% of acting is reacting. The best actors in the world will tell you they'll give you their best performance when they're acting with another great actor. Imagine an actor having to act with an artificial character that doesn't exist, that it's not there, that it's a blue screen. How much more difficult it is for that actor to have the performance raised to the bar that we as an audience need. So, for me, giving the actor the tool of an artificial actor there to deal with is service to what I think is the most important storytelling element in any good story, the performance of the actors. So I've held on to, as much as I embrace CG technology, founded with Scott Ross and James Cameron, Digital Domain, have just started SW Digital at Stan Winston Studio, still maintain that if you can do it live, you do it live. If you can create the character and have him there on the set and be able to act with an actor, do so. So now, one of the most difficult things for performance when you have an actor dealing with an artificial actor is eye contact. The most impossible thing for an artificial character with many points of motion when it is being puppeteered by 6 puppeteers, someone operating head and neck, someone operating body movement and arms, someone operating eyes, trying to maintain eye contact when somebody's moving a head in one direction, a body in another direction, and compensating for that in the performance of the character is virtually impossible. It's very tough for us when we're on the set. Well, Leonardo can see. The technology is now, which has been there in certain forms before, now with what's happening at MIT, and which Cynthia will bring you up to date on, this particular character has cameras in his eyes. He will track you. He can see you. He can hear you. He'll be able to touch you and feel you. To have that technology available to us with artificial characters in motion pictures is something beyond my expectations and beyond the expectations of the actors and the directors that we'll continue to work with. Imagine an artificial character on the set with an actor and zeroing in and never losing eye contact because he can see you. It's unsettlingly real, exciting, and we will continue to move forward by constantly exploring these new avenues. And thank goodness for this new collaboration. I'm going to hand it off to Cynthia now, but the fact is we're doing it. This is what everybody has been imagining for years, and it's happening today. And over the years, we will watch Leonardo learn. Cynthia. Thank you.